During the medieval period, an artistic masterpiece was created which remains with us to this day. It commemorates the Norman Conquest of England in 1066 AD by William, Duke of Normandy. Named the Bayeux Tapestry, it is an exceptional embroidered work of art. Though as beautiful and famous the Bayeux Tapestry appears, there are mysteries hidden within its marvelous stitching that many are still trying to solve. So, why is the Bayeux Tapestry famous, with more than 400,000 visitors each year making the exciting pilgrimage to its very own museum? Hello everyone, my name is Craig, host of Medieval to Modern. We feature fascinating information from civilization's medieval ages. Thank you for joining us today, and please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help grow this channel. To explore the mysteries behind the Bayeux Tapestry, we must first learn more about this fascinating medieval artwork. Its name comes from the place in Normandy, France, where it was kept for centuries and eventually rediscovered. Technically speaking, this is not a true tapestry. Measuring 230 feet in length and 20 inches high, it is actually an embroidered linen cloth with stitching of wool yarn in 8 colors, 5 of them principal colors. These principal colors are russet, dull gold, blue-green, blue, and olive green. The Bayeux Tapestry was assembled in 9 panels, and the joins were covered with more embroidery. The artwork is lightly browning due to age, showing 58 scenes starting in the year 1064 AD and leading up to and including the Norman Conquest of England. At the historic Battle of Hastings, Harold II, King of England, was defeated by William, Duke of Normandy. This singular event, which occurred on October the 14th, 1066, changed the course of English history. Speculation is that the Bayeux Tapestry was created in Canterbury, Kent, England, before the completed work found its way to France. It is believed to have been commissioned by Bishop Odo of Bayeux, the Duke of Normandy's half-brother. The artwork's creation is thought to have started within a few years after the battle, between 1070 to 1077. After the Battle of Hastings' victory, Bishop Odo was made Earl of Kent. This event helps advance the theory that this Bayeux Tapestry was embroidered by Anglo-Saxon craftspeople, along with the fact that vegetable dyes were commonly used in Anglo-Saxon cloth creations at that time. Furthermore, English variant spellings of certain names on this embroidered work indicate the craftspeople were comfortable with the English language. Due to the imprisonment of Bishop Odo in 1082 by William I, it is assumed the Bayeux Tapestry was completed before this time. The Bayeux Tapestry is divided into 3 segments. On the top and bottom borders are Aesop's fables, along with scenes of other medieval fables, people, and animals. Occasionally, these border images appear to interact with the main scenes in the center, as if to highlight key events. It is the center part which depicts the story of the Norman Conquest of England. To distinguish the combatants, Anglo-Saxons are shown with mustaches, and the Normans with heads shaved at the back. There are 626 people portrayed in the embroidery, and even a depiction of Halley's Comet being witnessed by soldiers. Revealing the unequal social customs of the day, only 3 women are shown on the embroidery. It is estimated that the Bayeux Tapestry took nearly a decade to make. It was revealed to the public at the dedication of the Bayeux Cathedral in 1077 AD. This marvelous embroidery begins with a scene from 1064. At this time, Harold Godwinson is sent to Normandy by King Edward the Confessor to inform William, Duke of Normandy, he is heir to the English throne. In the period of time after meeting the Duke and certain further events, Harold Godwinson accepts arms from William, which is seen as a symbol of Harold Godwinson's loyalty to the Duke. It is also assumed that Harold Godwinson swears a sacred oath to William, Duke of Normandy. However, on King Edward's death, Harold Godwinson accepts the crown for himself, breaking his pledged loyalty to William, Duke of Normandy. This betrayal sets into motion the Duke of Normandy's conquest of England. The final scenes show the death of Harold II, King of England, his army scattering after defeat at the Battle of Hastings. The Bayeux Tapestry has its first written mention in 1476 after being recorded in the treasury notes of Bayeux Cathedral. It was rediscovered in 1729 AD at Bayeux Cathedral. Since that time, it has survived 2 world wars, the French Revolution, and the aging of time. From the year 1886 onwards, a full-size replica has been located at Reading Museum in England. For many years, the Bayeux Tapestry has been used by researchers to gain further understanding of events related to the Battle of Hastings. In addition, due to its remarkable detail, important information on the customs, clothing, dining practices, military tactics, and other characteristics from that period are revealed for all to see. However, a famous artwork like the Bayeux Tapestry has mysteries which still puzzle many, from professional researchers to interested viewers. Medieval to Modern will now mention the most important secrets people want answered. To begin, we still do not know how the Bayeux Tapestry ends, since its original final scenes are missing and still have not been recovered. These final scenes are thought to have been either cut, removed, or frayed away. The missing piece is commonly thought to be between 8 to 10 feet in total. The final scene, thought to consist of at least 2 panels, have been speculated to include William, Duke of Normandy's coronation. Medieval to Modern wishes to ask the following questions concerning these lost scenes. What if the missing conclusion was an act of sabotage, perhaps by a craftsperson loyal to the old Anglo-Saxon regime? Or possibly the missing panels were never finished in the first place, meant to be completed though never concluded. Another thought is that these missing panels are hidden in an unknown or forgotten pile where the craftspeople labored, waiting to be added to the Bayeux Tapestry. Continuing with the mysteries of this famous embroidery, what is the meaning of these 2 borders above and below the main story? There is certainly a purpose which is important to the narrative's interpretation beyond decoration. Could these images tell of another happening at that time? A riddle perhaps that holds more secrets behind the conquest, or other themes that we the viewers should be aware of. Next, there is the mystery behind one of only 3 women depicted in the artwork. She is shown as a leading subject in a unique scene, the figure named Elgifia or Elgiva. This name appears over her head as she is positioned in a doorway while a priest touches her on the cheek. The inscription translated from Latin reads, "Here is a certain cleric and Elgifia." No further explanation is offered. One assumes this lady was portrayed for a reason, though what connection to the Norman conquest does she have? As one of 3 women on the Bayeux Tapestry and shown in a prominent position, there must be some significance. There have been numerous theories presented over centuries about her identity, though none are conclusive. Then there is the simmering argument about which figure represents King Harold II, or if he is even depicted at all. Is he not the person struck in the eye, as has been believed for centuries? Through past professional research, it appears the arrow is not an original depiction and was added later. Furthermore, it was not present during 1729 engravings made by Bernard de Montfaucon. Some have suggested the slain figure that is mutilated under a horse's hooves is consistent with being King Harold II. Close examination of this needlework shows that at one time there too was an arrow through this figure's eye. In medieval times, an arrow in this place or other attack weapon through the eye indicated a perjurer, or in this case that King Harold II did not have a rightful claim to the throne. Various researchers say to take caution with interpreting the scenes depicted, since the embroidery was commissioned by the victor. Therefore, they imply that an element of political propaganda is fashioned into the Bayeux Tapestry. However, there appears to be for many a remarkable portrayal of battle, in which neither side is shown blameless or without fault. Anglo-Saxon scenes of courage and Norman cruelty are displayed. Also, there are some sympathetic portrayals of the Anglo-Saxons in this embroidery. There were times when the Bayeux Tapestry was not given the high honor it enjoys today. During the French Revolution in 1792, the precious embroidery was saved from becoming cover for military wagons. The Bayeux Tapestry was registered as a Memory of the World artifact by UNESCO in 2007. It is on display at the Bayeux Tapestry Museum in Normandy, France. This fascinating artwork has not left France in at least 950 years. The Bayeux Tapestry is a complex art piece which employs techniques not commonly practiced until centuries later. Examples include the use of perspective and displaying pointing gestures with figures to show the viewer who is speaking and indicate important features. The Bayeux Tapestry remains a work of both awe and mystery and is considered one of the most valuable documents from the medieval period. Thank you for supporting us at Medieval to Modern. Please be sure to watch our next episode or one shown at the end of this video. Also, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and spread the word about this channel so we can create more exciting content. I wish you good tidings as we remember that sharing knowledge has been a noble deed throughout the ages.